we kind of need to accept that we're full of shit and we need to get our shit together. So basically this is what like the first round of the footnotes was about. It's like getting men to tackle that and say, okay, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Like, we all got sisters, we all got girlfriends, we all got wives, we all got cousins, we all got mothers. They live in the same space as us. Like, personally, I was on some, bruh, like my mom works at a public health center. This shit it could easily, quite literally, easily be my mom's, you know?
There are patriarchal tendencies or there are patriarchal norms that have carried on throughout history, embedded in our very being as the men that we are, that have made us to like just know one thing and understand one way of living. The past couple of weeks, past couple of months, or past couple of years for that matter, and that's not to even discount like the plight of feminists throughout history, but like there's been a sudden realization, you know, lately, like, yo, actually, which is a good thing, and I'm gonna get to that. The fucked up position that I find myself in as the person who even considers themselves as a good guy is that I don't know if I'm completely a good guy, because even the things that I think should be sharp are not sharp. You know, you are somewhat complicit whether you knew it or whether you didn't, and it's a position of discomfort that needs to be felt by all niggas. For all niggas to be able to interrogate, like, actually, like, what is it that we're doing, like, to the very next person.
That's the problem. The fact that we still look at it as nah fam, nah, I'm chilled. It was you know, because I think part of the problem is the idea of a good guy. Like, I take care of my girl and my family, so I'm good, I'm straight. What happens next door, I've got nothing to do with that, and you can't put that on me. You know what I mean? Like that's I didn't do that. Like, mine are taken care of. So those, hey, I get out, but like, you know, and I felt like that's part of the thing with Amachi. Just like we don't see it as.
And it's really unfortunate we have to use that example, but in that very same case, yeah, we have to refer to that fucking animal that, you know, you have to throw all sorts of words that make you feel like you are not part of that problem, you're not part of that thing, but like, that's a man.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that even without your consent still as a man, the conditions were created so that you can feel like you have the power in all kinds of situations, that you can do whatever you want. Yeah. So dude that works in a post office, and he felt like, you know, and like really, like when you really think about it, it's like, who the fuck are you?
The craziest part is that we think there's an image to these things.
Yeah.
There's an image to a rapist, there's an image to a murderer, there's an image to all these bad things, and unfortunately, or depending on how you look at it, society is teaching us now more and more that there is no image to these things, and we are in such a fucked up state that everything has become so normalized, in the sense that we are numb to everything.
Yeah.
And I'll make an example of, just alluding to the point Ndie was making, using the same analogy of saying that you can't say we because I'm not a rapist, for example, right? That viewpoint is so narrow that it's the same viewpoint that holds us back as a society, and that further perpetuates what is going on. And the reason I'm saying that is because if I look at it from this perspective of I'm good to my children, I'm good to my wife, I'm good to my sister, I'm good to my mother, and therefore I'm doing my bit. What is happening next door has nothing to do with me, right? But that viewpoint actually seeks to realize that what happens next door can have a trickle-down effect on what happens in my household too, right? But then I don't see that because I'm more concerned with me, and protecting me. And it's the same shit that you see nowadays, whereby someone gets mugged next to you and we all just turn a blind eye. It's happening now.
Yeah.
Someone screams outside, we all just turn a blind eye. We increase the volume to our TV.
Yeah.
You understand? If anything, we'll take out our phone, so to say. You understand? And I don't know where the switch happened, because I don't know, me personally, growing up, especially in the hood, it was never like that, to be honest with you. It was never like that. There was never a moment with me growing up where criminals felt comfortable as they are now. You understand? Do you understand when I heard the statement, the guy who raped and murdered Uinene? There's a part in the statement where he says, "Hey, unsokolisile lamda."
Fuck.
Do you understand?
Fuck.
Like, that bothers me every day, because like, that's how normalized it is that he would even have the audacity to say something of that sort. Then it means that he also is so entitled to doing these things. He's entitled to women. He's entitled to doing whatever the fuck he thinks like doing when he wakes up in the morning. So if he feels like raping someone, he's gonna go rape someone. Why? Because society allows it. And everyone turns a blind eye because it's not happening to them. You understand? For him to do that at his workplace, it means he's thought about it, he's done it before. You understand? That sense of entitlement, that you know, and also, where do you get the liver to do or to even think like that? It's why, it's because of how isolated we've become as a society and how individualized we've become as a society. And fundamentally, it's also the cause of other problems besides this fundamental problem that we're having. You understand? It's a fundamental problem to our economy. You understand? Now we are literally becoming dichotomized. You either have or you don't have. There's no middle ground, so to say. Why? Because everyone is looking out for themselves. You understand? There's no element of socialism, you know, of saying that, yeah, sure, I'm good, but is my brother next door good? That sense of unionship, Ubuntu, it's diminishing by the years and by the generation. And that's I don't know how we can get that sense of Ubuntu back, because it's slowly diminishing. In fact, it's rapidly diminishing to a point where crime is normalized. What scares me the most, apart from what Swag said, and that's also a scary notion, is these are guys that are actually quite intelligent. These are guys that are thinkers. They hold weight in a conversation, and you're like, wow, bruh. Like I was taken aback because I don't know what perception I had of prison. So I'm like, bruh, how do you, I even asked him, like, how do you end up here? Because of the way you're thinking is so constructive. You understand? And the scariest part is when you hear the things this person has done with that brain of his. You understand? And that just fucks you up totally. You understand? This person has tell you casually, I have 5 rapes, I have 6 murders, I started raping when I was 17 years old. I didn't get convicted. 2nd rape, I didn't get convicted. I only got convicted with the 5th rape. There wasn't evidence with the first 2. Casually, it's a conversation. Like, he's not even bothered by it. Like, you know, to me, that's the scariest part. Also, because then when you're listening to that and you're like, how did he even get away with the first one? Also, he's well aware of his actions and the fact that he got away with the first one because there was no evidence, meaning he knows exactly what he's doing and how he's maneuvering around it. Why? Because society has allowed that.